What's the secret of the strong, stable gymnast core? In this video, I'm going to explain a well-built and proven method with exercise examples how you can build a decent core strength that will help you in any sport you do. Let's start with a simple question. How is a strong core? The strong core is stable. Your core will be strong thanks to its stability, so you can do different exercises without your posture falling apart. If I had to define it, I would say core stability is when you can move your limbs without compensating with the spine and/or the pelvis. It's worth building this up first at a basic level with a specific focus, same as with the other body parts I mentioned in my previous videos, and if you got the basic level, you'll be able to use your strength in exercises where the core is only a link in the chain along with other body parts. Like this, all the links together will create a strong chain and you can execute the exercise properly. A simple example of this is push-ups, which we have already discussed before. To execute the push-ups properly, it's important to prepare your wrists, elbows, scapulas, shoulders and core. If you lack basic core stability during the push-ups, you may experience a sagging hip or other core-related mistakes. The same is true for any compound exercise, which typically requires more advanced levels of core strength and stability. However, keep in mind that after reaching the basic level shown in this video, you still need to build up specific core strength using progressions of a given exercise. This is why we can't say that if you practice the hollow body position a lot, all of a sudden you'll be able to do the front lever, or if you do long side plank holds, you'll automatically be able to do the human flag. No, you need basic strength first, and yes, those will help to reach your goal, but after those, you still need to build specific strength with the progressions. This is why we can't say to any core exercise that is the ultimate best and will help you with everything right away, because all compound exercises are unique enough that they require specific strength that can't be strengthened otherwise perfectly the same. This is the point of specificity. There are always other muscle groups involved that you need to improve along with your core. But it's definitely worth to build a decent, basic core strength, so anything you do afterwards, you'll be able to do it much more easily. This process can be generalized and easily understood. For the basic core stability, you need to go through these three phases. First, you need to learn how to activate your core. Second, you need to strengthen your core thoroughly, not only the abs, but the obliques, deep back muscles, rotators, pelvic floor muscles and glutes. And third, you need to do some special stability exercises to be able to move your limbs without compensating with the spine and/or the pelvis. I'm going to explain these three phases right now and show you the way to the decent basic core strength. As I mentioned, first you need to learn how to activate your core, which can be done with a simple exercise. Stand with the wall behind you and lean to it naturally with your back and pelvis. There's going to be a gap between your lower back and the wall. That's because of the double S shape of your spine. To activate your core, you need to touch the wall with your lower back, press it to the wall. To do that, you need to move your pelvis or hips. That's what we call the posterior pelvic tilt that you need to strive for in several core exercises. What you might find interesting that you don't have to contract your muscles that hard to do this movement. Why? Because you use the deeper layer of your abs, which is rich in neural connections with your nervous system, and that's how you activate your core. These are the muscles that you use when you're balancing on a fit ball or while doing a handstand. The outer layers help these muscles with more contraction when you do a more intensive exercise like a hanging leg raise or front lever. So with this simple movement at the wall, you'll be able to activate your core and learn how to use it in several exercises. The second phase is to strengthen your core muscles from each side with dynamic and static exercises to build neuromuscular connection and strength. You can use many exercises, but let's just stay with the most simple and more isolated exercises. You can do hollow body position to strengthen the front part where you will experience the right core activation you just learned. It won't be easy to press your lower back to the ground in the beginning, but you can do tuck hollow body holds and build your strength up gradually. To strengthen the side of your trunk, you can do side hollow body position, and to strengthen the deep back muscles and glutes, you can do Superman or half bridge. If you can do 60 seconds hold of each, that's a decent basic level. You can build it up in just 4 weeks, starting with 15 seconds hold in 3 to 4 sets, 3 to 4 times a week, and add 15 seconds to each weekly. After you have the strength in these, you can connect the exercises with rotations, so turning from hollow body position to Superman each side. However, to strengthen the rotators, you can use other rotating movements like hip rotations in tuck or pike on your back. If you want to follow along a workout like this to complete this phase, check out the Gymnasts core workout series on the channel, where you can max out both the extended body position and compression strength. You will find the series on the end screen of this video. Either way, for the basic core stability, it's enough if you can do the exercises I mentioned for 60 seconds and you'll be able to start the final phase. The third phase is building up the stability, moving your legs and arms without compensating with the spine and or the hips. You can build this up with the following exercises. The first exercise is the knee bends in plank. You can do this with dynamic reps first, then do static holds. The goal here is when you bend one of your knees and your foot comes off the ground, your hips need to stay in one place and your body should stay in the same line. Do 10 controlled reps with each leg, and if you can stabilize properly, you can do static holds where the goal is the 30 seconds hold with each leg. If your hips rotate or you push up your butt or sagging the hips, pay more attention to the tight abs and glutes, maintain the posterior pelvic tilt. Besides keeping your hips in one place, pay attention to the depressed and abducted scapulas and neutral head position in the plank. The second exercise is the opposite shoulder touches in push-up position. Get into the push-up position first with a wide straddle and pay attention to the depressed and abducted scapulas, locked elbows, tight core and posterior pelvic tilt. The wider your straddle, the easier the exercise is. Do controlled opposite shoulder touches while keeping your hips in one place without rotation. When you elevate one of your hands off the ground, you will feel the opposite leg to be weightless, which is normal, but keep it on the ground for now and focus more on the hips. If your hips rotate, you push up your butt or sagging the hips, pay more attention to the tight abs, glutes, maintain the posterior pelvic tilt and choose a wider straddle position. Do 10 to 15 reps with each arm. The third exercise is the opposite leg arm elevations. As I mentioned in the previous exercise, you feel your foot elevating when you're doing the opposite shoulder touch. Now, the goal is to let it come off the ground as well and maintain the same hip position, don't let it move. Again, the wider the straddle, the easier the exercise is. If your hips rotate, you push up your butt or sagging the hips, pay more attention to the tight abs, glutes, maintain the posterior pelvic tilt and choose a wider straddle position. Do 10 to 15 reps each side. Following this process, you will have a decent core strength. These exercises are the tests whether you can use your core and have the strength or not. With this ability, you will progress a lot easier in the basic exercises like push-ups, inverted rows, pull-ups, etc., not to mention the advanced moves. With these basics, you will progress much faster and you'll be able to decrease the risk of injuries drastically. If you want to learn similar routines for all major joints and build a shredded physique like gymnasts have from zero, get started with the plans that include all joint preparation exercises, programs and routines done by thousands of people worldwide. Download the Gymnastics Method app in the App Store or Google Play Store, become a member and get full access. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and if you haven't watched the Gymnasts core workout series, click on the screen now.